Hey everyone, Joe Skipper here, owner of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty here in Oregon. Now, if you're wondering whether fall 2024 is the right time to buy or sell a home in Oregon, you're in the right spot. I'm gonna break down the latest market trends, share some key buyers and sellers tips, and talk about what makes this season different from the others. Before we get started, if you could hit that like button and subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. I'm constantly putting out content for buyers and sellers and people moving to and from Oregon, and every bit of support helps me keep bringing you the best info. All right, let's jump in. Let's start with the market trends here in Oregon. Now, if you've been paying attention, you might have heard a lot of drama about the housing prices crashing, right? Well, not so fast. The data here in Oregon doesn't back that up. In fact, the median sales price has actually increased by 0.7% year over year to $512,500. Now, I know it's easy to get caught up with what you hear on the news, headlines screaming that the market's about to crash. But the reality is, in Oregon, we still have demand. And when demand stays strong, prices tend to hold steady. Sure, there are other cities out there where prices are dropping, but real estate is local, so you gotta focus on the data that matters to you, not just what makes for a good news story. Now, for us in Oregon, the number of new homes listed has dropped by 2.5% compared to last year. That means that fewer homes are hitting the market, and while demand is still there, it's keeping prices from dropping dramatically like some might expect. This is not 2008 all over again, folks. Okay, so now let's talk about buying in the fall. Now, if you're thinking about diving into the market now, here's what's going on. Prices are stabilizing, and we're not seeing as many homes selling over asking price. In fact, only about 26% of homes are going for over asking right now, which is down almost 4% from last year. Why? Well, sellers, or sometimes their agents, are still pricing homes as if we're in that crazy red hot market of 2021 or 2022. And that's just not the case anymore. If you price your home right, it'll sell fast. But if you're shooting for the moon, that home's gonna sit and you'll likely end up taking an offer under asking. Now, speaking of markets changing, let's talk interest rates for a second. Now, if you've been following along, you know rates have been on a roller coaster lately. I've been looking at some data the other day, and in 2021, we were seeing mortgage rates as low as 2.96%. I mean, can you really believe that number? Fast forward to now, and we've seen rates go as high as 8 to 9%. Crazy, right? But the good news is they're starting to come down slowly. Right now, we're sitting in the high 6s to the low 7s, and we're expecting a slow drop over the next year. It's not gonna be a free fall, but that's a good thing. A gradual decline means more stability, and that benefits both buyers and sellers. All right, let's zoom in a bit and talk about selling in the fall, especially here in the Portland metro area. Now, you might be thinking, isn't fall supposed to be slow? Aren't prices supposed to drop? Well, not really. I pulled some data from Wilsonville. Now, if you don't know Wilsonville, it's just south of Portland, and here's what I found. Last year in fall 2023, the median sales price was around $700K, and it fluctuated throughout the winter, hitting a high of $732,000 in November. So even in what you'd expect to be a slower season, prices stayed strong. And get this, in May 2023, the median sales price was $717,000. So in November, right when you think prices would be lower, they were actually higher than they were in the spring. For buyers out there, fall might actually be a great time to jump in. Fewer homes are listed, sure, but guess what? There are also fewer buyers. That means less competition and more room to negotiate. You might have more power to ask for things like closing cost credits or even price reductions. If you're looking at new construction, builders are often offering incentives this time of year to offload inventory before the new year. So if you can afford the current rates now, fall could be a great opportunity to snag a deal. Now, sellers, don't think I forgot about you. If you're watching this and wondering whether to wait until spring, hold up a second. Fall can be a great time to sell as well. Why? Because the buyers who are out there are serious. They're not just browsing, they're ready to make moves. And like I mentioned earlier, prices don't necessarily drop in the fall. In fact, we've seen them stay steady, even climb depending on the area that you're in. So don't wait just because you think spring is the better option. Fall could work in your favor. And if you decide to sell this fall, I've got a couple of tips for you. First, highlight that seasonal curb appeal. Fall in Oregon is beautiful, so play that up. Use some cozy fall decor, keep your yard tidy, and make your home feel warm and inviting inside. Also, price your home competitively from the very start. Now, if you work with us, we'll come up with a marketing and pricing strategy that gets your home the most eyes and the best offers in the shortest amount of time. So, is fall the right time to buy or sell? It definitely could be, depending on your goal. Whether you're buying or selling, it's all about having the right strategy. If you have any questions or want to dive deeper into the Oregon market, drop a comment below and reach out directly. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more tips and insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.